Presence is a church for people that don't go to church, and it's a new church that we're setting up in the centre of Leicester. We're setting up in an area that's of new urban redevelopment. There's lots of new gated communities being built, new student halls, and it's an area of the city where population hasn't lived before. So we're trying to move the church into a place where people are starting to live, and that means we need to do something new and something different. We need to go into the spaces where people feel comfortable, find the spaces where people can be themselves. So the church needs to be very much the third place in life. Your work is your first place and your home is your second, or vice versa, and somewhere that is safe for people to meet. So we're interested in going to places where we find people. And the other thing is that I think we need to be good news to people rather than telling them what the good news is. We can show that we're good news rather than standing on a street corner and proclaiming it. I'm not knocking that, but I think there's another way of doing it too. I think it's very important that I do think we do this new as part of the Church of England. I think there is a sense that we have to reinvent ourselves for each generation, and that's what the church has always done. But there's a great strength in the fact that we are. And a real key thing in our area is that we're working alongside the old and traditional churches so that they can faithfully make their mission and ministry work at the same time that we do things with people that perhaps are too far away from them that they can't easily reach.
Presence, as the poster here says, is a fresh approach to church, and we need to build a church that responds to people as they are. And the people today are those that increasingly do not come to church and not grounded in the Christian tradition, so we need to go where they are. We need to find new expressions that are lively and engaging, and we need to respond to the changing city and its needs. So Presence is part of that response.
It's a real delight to be here to formally launch something that's been worked on for some time, to launch Presence. As it says on the poster behind me, a fresh approach to church. But to do that, the one formal bit is that we have to have a piece of paper called a Bishop's Mission Order, which the Bishop has already signed, and David, who has worked so hard to get to this point with others here, you sign it as well as the leader of this new congregation, at which point you are